Good afternoon and good evening to all of my Storm fans out there. It's me, your captain speaking. If you give me just one moment, I'm going to make sure that you and everybody else that you care about, and even maybe some people that you don't care about, know that this stream is happening right now. I'll be right back.
There's nothing.
Hello everybody, it is indeed time for a lashing, and we are going to be playing Thought Lash. So hello everybody and welcome to the stream. It's your favorite Thursday night legacy stream. It's me, the captain, obviously. Who else would it be? I don't know. So we're going to be playing Paradigm Shift, Thought Lash, Thassa's Oracle combo. There's not really an agreed upon name for the deck. I've seen Paradigm Shift, I've seen, I don't know, Thought Lash or Thought Shift or something along those lines, but it is a mono blue, ignore the Magus of the Moon in the back, mono blue combo deck that seeks to win with Thassa's Oracle and either Paradigm Shift or Thought Lash. These are cards that are going to exile our library when we want them to, and win by putting a Thassa's Oracle trigger on the stack. This is interesting in terms of a build because it very recently won the Legacy Showcase Challenge. Now, this is not a regular challenge. You have to win enough QPs to actually earn a spot in the challenge, and essentially that just narrows the field down to the best of the best MTGO players. And you know what? This deck came out on top. This won the showcase, and quite handily too. Pretty impressive showing. We are playing Step Through to find our wizards. We're playing a one-of Spellseeker to find our Paradigm Shift or any cantrips that we might need. We are a Force of Will Daze deck so that we have a really nice protection package. We're even playing Misdirection in the main deck. Obviously, Lorien Revealed and the One Ring are new, the Lord of the Rings cards, and really fantastic stuff. We're going to talk about the cantrip suite, which you might see is a little bit different a little bit later on in the video as we progress. So without further ado, I'm already queued up for a league. Let's pull that up and get started. So let me play a league match, and while we wait for that to start, let's talk about how you can support this content with one of our sponsors, Card Hoarder. They're a fantastic sponsor who I rented the cards from, and let's just talk about that right now.
With Card Hoarder, renting your favorite combo deck has never been easier. There isn't a more affordable solution for Magic Online. Want to play the deck in this video? Check out the pinned comment below to easily rent the deck from Card Hoarder. Did you know you can rent the Epic Storm from Card Hoarder for as little as 7 tickets a week? We've made it simple to do so by including a button to rent the entire deck at theepicstorm.com/decklist.
Alrighty, we are still kind of waiting for our first opponent, but in the meantime, let's actually take a look at this deck and why this is so different than a normal Legacy Cantrip cartel. Alan has kind of pointed it out. Preordain in this deck is understandable, so is Impulse. We have a singleton Brainstorm, which is, I think, the first time I've ever seen something like this, honestly. So what we can do is look at, we'll take a look at our searches and things that are going to cause us to fetch in a little bit. But right now, we've got a round 1 opponent, MC. We lost the die roll, and we've got a couple of cantrips and plenty of mana acceleration. This is not a deck that I have played extensively. I think I've played a league with it before, but I'm not sure how reliable these cantrips are, but the mana acceleration is pretty good. I think I'm gonna keep, and we're gonna see what happens. So Homer Madden, Bowmasters is certainly a perk of the decisions that the deck is leaning into. It's not the reason that they aren't playing Ponders and Brainstorms, actually. And we'll talk about that once I can sit in front of the deck again. But the idea is that we want to be able to scry or put Thassa's Oracle onto the bottom of the library and have it stay there. So with that, we can then... Okay, look at this. So we're going to put Thassa's Oracle on the bottom, and actually it's going to be Step Through and then Thassa's Oracle on the very bottom. So what I can do is now Thought Lash and guarantee that when I activate so many times that I leave the Thassa's Oracle on top of the library, and then I can draw it and cast it the following turn. So Brainstorms, not super great because we don't have shuffles, and we don't have shuffles because we want to maintain the integrity of the bottom of our library. Same with Ponders. Ponders are shuffles. We don't want that, which is interesting, right? This looks like a Cephalid breakfast, actually. Interesting. Okay, Thassa's Oracle. So we've got some waiting to do. I'm going to play out the Ancient Tomb and Ponder. There's a Thought Lash. Okay, so let's put Thassa's Oracle on the bottom and Thought Lash on top. Draw that, and then next turn I can cast a Thought Lash and not have to worry about exiling cards that I want to cast. And obviously I still have a Thassa's Oracle in my hand, so it's not the end of the world. But that's the idea with this deck. Pretty exciting take on this list, actually, right? Very infrequent that you don't see just straight up 4 Brainstorms. I think that the Maffa's Van Gogh Dredge list sometimes didn't play 4, but I'm not sure. Okay, Narcomoeba it is. Okay. So we're going to draw an unknown, a Preordain. Okay. So let's play out the Lotus Petal here, and I'm going to play out Ancient Tomb to play around Daze. And what we're going to do is cast Thought Lash. So they're going to probably fight over this. I would. And we can protect with Misdirection. And we're going to cast it targeting the Force of Will, exile a Step Through, and we're going to change the target of Force of Will to Misdirection. And by the time that Force of Will hits the resolution, the spell fizzles because it no longer has a valid target. Yeah, and it says so off to the side here. You can't obviously see that. So I can activate this whenever I want. I am not going to activate it right now, because that would be pretty bad. I also don't have a second blue source, so we're gonna see what happens now. I just realized that I spent my Lotus Petal and it's not a Chrome box. So, Ian Hickson, I feel like Misdirection and Divert shouldn't be able to target themselves as targets since it's not on a stack when declaring targets. Never sat right. Yeah. Oh, interesting. They have just conceded. Interesting. Okay, I couldn't have actually cast Thassa's Oracle, but we'll take it. I needed a second blue source, so I'll do that. Okay, we are playing up against Cephalid Breakfast, and I would like Surgical Extraction. I believe Grafdigger's Cage solves this problem, right? Flusterstorm, perhaps. Magus of the Moon, perhaps. There are an Urza's Saga deck. Let's see, what about a Malevolent Hermit? I kind of like Malevolent Hermit, so that's pretty good. I'm going to get rid of the One Ring. I don't really think that I need that in this specific instance. What other things aren't going to be necessary? I like the Caverns. I don't know if we need Otawara. So I need 4 cuts. What if I get rid of Otawara and then I go with cutting a couple of... Well, Daze is actually pretty decent, right? Because if I am wanting... Is Magus a wizard? It is a wizard. Oh my gosh. Step Through, just getting Magus of the Moon. That's fantastic. Okay, the Step Through Wizard package is actually particularly good. I don't think that I need a Spellseeker here. I don't think that that's the package, right? The line is going to be Step Through for the Spellseeker, Spellseeker for the Paradigm Shift. I think that I want to take control of the game before that, so I don't want the super long lines or anything like that. And then 2 more cards. It actually might be a couple Paradigm Shift, right? In the same vein, I don't need to combo quickly. I want to gain control of the game, and Thought Lash is probably the better of the two. Because I can win as soon as I need to turn the corner. I can win immediately, right? Okay. And I'm not going with the defense grids, which would signify that I want to win the game quick. I think that Cephalid Breakfast is a quicker deck than me, so I need to be able to slow the game down a little bit. And I also want to interact with their combo if necessary. Okay, so this is pretty good. I like this Force of Will Daze. Cavern is nice, so my Thassa's Oracle will have some protection. I don't know if they're playing Swords to Plowshare, or planning on bringing Swords to Plowshares in. I'm not sure. Ponder. Couldn't be me. I got Preordains. Chooses not to shuffle. They mulliganed to 6, by the way. Okay, Step Through. We have the whole combo in our hand. We just need to get there. So let's do that. another island is good. I don't need this impulse, because I already have everything that I need. I just need to buy enough time and hit my land drops and do all of that good stuff. So next turn, I'll pass, leaving up a cycled step through, and then I can paradigm shift on my turn, protected with Force of Will and Daze, and then the following turn, cast a Thassa's Oracle. I'm not going to fight over this Nomads. I would like to fight over the second piece that they have. So, okay, another island. We're good with that. Okay, so I'm going to cycle the step through, get a Thoracle, Thassa's Oracle, excuse me, and see what happens. Now, does it look like I mean, I know that I am looking this way. Does it look weird that I'm not looking this way on screen? Because I can move my camera so that I'm looking the right way. I just don't know. Does it feel unnatural that I'm looking away from the screen, even though obviously all of the stuff is happening over here? I could look this way. I don't know. I've got some dual monitors and I'm trying to get everything set up. It just isn't working super well. Okay, I'm going to Force of Will this. I'm going to pitch a Preordain. And if they fight over this, then fantastic. But I can actually... Oh, they cast an Narcomoeba. Okay. If this was another 2-drop, then I would have been able to daze it. So let's cycle this and get a Thassa's Oracle. Ooh, actually, you know what I could do? I could get a Magus of the Moon and name Wizard with Cavern of Souls, which is what I was going to name anyway. And I shut them off of all colors, and they can't cast any of their spells. Because right now, this paradigm shift is kind of open, and I don't have any protection other than this Daze. Yeah, I'm going to get this Magus of the Moon. That's pretty spicy. Wow, what a fun little piece of technology. So I'm going to name Wizard. And Wizard right here. Look at that. Bizarre. Okay. Yeah, they can't combo now. And they can beat down with their 2 creatures so far. Which they will. But I am ready to be rolled up if this ends up happening. Okay, look at that. We just shut them down. We didn't need to win. We didn't need to do anything. We just needed to prevent them from winning. Magus of the Moon, the sideboard tech from heaven. Wow, that is incredible. Hats off to the person who thought of that. I would assume that it was the user who ended up winning the event. That was pretty amazing. All right, so let's go to the next match, and while we're doing that, let me tell you about our tokens. Eternal Weekend is coming up. That's what we're all prepping for. You need to be able to represent floating mana in a way that is qualified. And you know what? We got paired out really quickly, so I'll tell you about our token pack in a little bit. I won the die roll. I would like to play first. Okay, we've got everything that we need. And I've got an Ancient Tomb and a Step Through to get everything going. I don't have a second blue source, but I am going to keep this. I got Force of Will. We're all good. Bon Jarber. I recognize the name. I just couldn't tell you what they play. My plan is to cycle a Step Through and get a Thassa's Oracle, and then what are we doing? Goblin. Okay, this is the Goblin Stompy deck that has been terrorizing leagues recently since the printing of Name Sticker Goblin. Well, the addition of Name Sticker Goblin onto MTGO. And the other one that came out recently, who I can't remember. Homer Madden. In my analysis thus far, I hate Thoughtseize and Grief, but Daze and Misdirection offer potential guard fast force of will. Storm in black or red, and more than force of will alone. I don't know. Happy Thursday, Dominic. Could you provide a little bit more, Homer? I'm not quite sure what you mean there. Okay, so I need another blue source before I can attempt to combo. Yes, Grief, it is different. I think that most people recognize that it's different. It is still pretty good, right? In the deck online, not bad still. It is much better in paper, but can't go wrong. So here we are. They're going to roll a die, and they don't have guaranteed 5 or 6 mana. They get 5 though, and that's pretty good. Okay, so they have another Name Sticker Goblin. They've used their Cavern of Souls, so I'm going to counter this, pitching a force. And then they have 6 mana. Do they have... Well, they actually have more than that. Oh, they don't. Okay. Wow. This mono blue is the best. You think you can counter balls and straight to Thassa's Oracle? Yeah, probably. Oh, speaking of which, wow, look at that. Okay, so I'm going to play this Cavern of Souls, name Wizard, and I'm going to cast Paradigm Shift. So this swaps my library and my graveyard, so now I have 2 cards in my library, which is enough to draw and then win with Thassa's Oracle. I think that's fine. But I do think that mono blue is the best version of this deck. I don't think that you need black or an additional color. You really want your blue count really high. I think that that's just fine. Play around Wasteland. This deck doesn't typically play Wasteland anymore. But, you know, waiting might not be the worst thing in the world. But here we go. Look at that. Okay, clean. Yeah, I probably could have played around it. I mean, you know, I can't tell you if my opponent is not playing Wasteland, but this Goblin deck is now like more of a stompy deck where it tries to make 3 mana and put a Name Sticker Goblin on the stack, rather than the Rishadenport Wasteland Aether Vial deck that you know and love as a classic legacy deck. Just a little bit different, but I might have wanted to just hold it out. There's no reason not to. I wasn't going to make another land drop for the rest of the game. So, but yeah, Alan, I think you're correct. This does not have any Wastelands. Okay. Brazen Borrower and the One Ring are interesting takes. Like Brazen Borrower, I don't want to bounce anything that they have because most everything has a ridiculously good ETB trigger. Matron, Ringleader, Muxus, things like that. Name Sticker Goblin, I don't think that that's going to be necessary, but the One Ring could buy me enough time to get a combo online. So are there any things that are bad here? Misdirection is a potential bad card. I don't know if they're playing Pyroblast or anything like that. If they're playing Pyroblast, I can't misdirect something, and if they're playing Red Elemental, or is it the other way around? One of them I can misdirect to something else, but Well, I always can misdirect it to misdirection itself, so that doesn't matter. But, never mind, that was silly. Okay, so days maybe is not the best. Okay, so what if I get rid of this and bring in the One Ring, Brazen Borrower, and cut a daze? I have 1 daze left, but that might be okay. Yeah, let's submit that. Early concession there? It was not an early concession, was it? Ooh. Oh, wow, the One Ring, turn 1. Oh boy. This does nothing other than cast the One Ring. I gotta get this out of my hand. But that is an interesting choice. Okay, I'll keep this. Yeah, Del. I could totally keep that and just try to win off of the back of the One Ring. Probably not the smartest choice, but I mean, I don't know. I really wanted to. I am going to keep this, though. I'm going to keep this, and I'm going to put... probably put a Thought Lash on the bottom. Yeah. Just hitting my land drops seems really good here. I don't know if I'm going to have enough time to hit all of my land drops, but we're going to try to make the most of it. Goblin Rabblemaster. Yeah, see, this is a stompy deck now. Oh, the G. Well, let's not do that. You know, he's another team member of the Epic Storm, so let's keep the talk like that down to a minimum. Tony is a very excellent host, so watch yourself, otherwise you're going to get timed out. I don't want to do that. But I appreciate that. It is still a compliment, and I like that. I am glad that you like my style of hosting as well. So I'll do what I can. Broadside Bombardiers. This is the other one that I was thinking of. Well, I appreciate that you're a fan. Thanks to G. Okay, this is a lot of damage. I'm not going to survive next turn. Hey, Newton. How is it going? Okay. You know, maybe just playing out all of my Cavern of Souls with my original 7 and then just waiting until the next turn to play out the One Ring to save my life would have been better, but everything's here. Nothing is coalescing into a win, so we're going to concede this. We're just way too slow. Okay. Speaking of way too slow, should I board in Daze and board out Spellseeker? We're on the play, so our Dazes are potentially better. And we can take them off of 3 mana on turn 1, which might be the difference maker. I don't think that I need Magus of the Moon. That seems like a stretch. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. I'm not 100% sure. They are just so fast. And this deck is not necessarily fast. It is a really resilient combo, because it has Force of Will and all that protection. Okay, so Cavern of Souls, Lorien Revealed, get an island. I can Impulse on my following turn. Brazen Borrower is not a bad thing to keep for. Yeah, let's do this. Let's keep this, because I can Brazen Borrower. I can hold up the Petty Theft, and then if they don't give me something that I need to Petty Theft, then I can Impulse, and then following up with maybe, I don't know what. If I have a Lotus Petal, then I can the One Ring. We'll see. Okay, let's name a Wizard. I'm gonna get an island, which is gonna cast Petty Theft, so I don't need to worry about anything else. Chromox. Okay. There's their 3 mana. Name sticker goblin. Really glad I don't have a daze right now, because that would feel really bad. They got everything that they wanted. Well, let's... Oh, I don't need to actually do anything here. But Magus of the Moon is an interesting choice. Mono blue deck. Obviously, they don't know I have Lorien Revealed, but I am so glad that I have Lorien Revealed. Oh, and the other island. Another island, excuse me. I have a lot of island. I have 10 islands in my deck. So, Magus of the Moon, not at its best here, shall we say? Broadside Bombardiers. Yeah, that's fine. We're going to take a chunk here. I can Impulse and see what happens. If I can get Thought Lash down, its activated ability does something really cool, where I can protect myself from bits of damage by ripping bits of my brain away, right? My library. Okay, well, that's everything that I wanted, isn't it? So I have the Lotus Petal and the Step Through. So, yeah. Oh, Shelldock, yeah. Shelldock Isle is probably a good thing. So, I need one of them. I think it's going to be the Lotus Petal. No. This is a little bit slower. Is that slower, actually? 2 plus the sacrifice permanence? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... And then 11? Oh, I am dead very quickly. But that's fine, because Thought Lash can help me out with that. Okay, so I'm going to take Step Through, and then any order on those. Oh, well, perfect. That's all good to me then. Didn't need that Step Through, picked the wrong card, but what can you do? So I can Brazen Borrower here to stop the Broadside Bombardiers before combat. Speaking of which. Oh, it's already in the beginning of combat. That's all good. Only if that Broadside Bombardiers. Okay. So we're going to stop in their beginning of combat, and I'm going to Petty Theft their Broadside Bombardiers. Next turn, I can Thought Lash and prevent all of the damage that's going to be dealt, and then untap and win the game if they don't have a Pyroblast. Oh boy. Okay, so let's Thought Lash. All the way up there. Why was that all the way up there? Okay. So now I can exile cards from the top of my library to get rid of, or to prevent the next 1 damage, however many times that I need to. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1. Actually, what I should do, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and I've already done the 10th one. And I can just yield to those. So I should be able to prevent all of this damage. What is this? Okay, prevent 1 damage there. Prevent 1 damage there. This is a new interface that I wasn't familiar with, but it's happening. Okay. Wow, that was a new experience for me. The deck that I had played previously didn't have Thought Lash. It was just like Paradigm Shift. That was exciting. Yeah, sure, exile it. That's all good. They have 1 card in hand. They can't do anything. I will pay. Yes, please. Okay, so let's hold control and cast the Thassa's Oracle. And then activate this a whole bunch of stuff, a whole bunch of times. Wow, that was a clinic. I can maybe kind of see why this was doing so well. That was kind of fun. Okay, so let's get ready for round number 3. And I'm going to tell you about, Eternal Weekend is coming up. Everybody's prepping for Eternal Weekend. I was just telling everybody about this before round 2 started, but you should not be using dice to represent mana floating if you're playing Storm or if you're playing anything that has floating mana. You need some tokens. Those are the best ways of doing it because it's still visual. You don't have to fuss with a piece of paper. If you want to do that, then that's also just fine, but you really need to be keeping good records, and the token pack is the best way to do that. It is a one-stop shop for everything that you need in a tight little package. So let's hear about how you can get goblins.
Looking to make playing your favorite combo deck much easier? Look no further than the Epic Storm Mini Token Combo Pack, which is available at theepicstorm.com/shop for $14.99. This combo token pack comes with 84 double-sided tokens. That includes our classic Storm and mana tokens, as well as fan favorites such as Goblins, Squirrels, and Slime Time Live. But that's not all. We've expanded this token pack to cover a variety of formats with new tokens. Stop on by theepicstorm.com/shop and make an easy decision to elevate your combo game.
Alrighty, we are playing up against CCD Smash, and we won the die roll. Okay. My opponent and I are chatting. They're good people. We have everything that we need, just need some time. Sorry, there was an alarm that was going off. I am going to keep this. Daze is not the most amazing protection that I could think of, but Preordain can get us there. Alrighty. Let's see. They call it Eternal Weekend due to the infinite time loop that traps everyone in for a beneficial state of near death. Yes. Well, that's just kind of part of what you sign up for. If I could play Legacy for the rest of my life and be okay, yeah, I might do that. Legacy is in a pretty good spot right now. Alright, Force of Will and an island. This is everything that I want. Okay, I want the island on top. I want to draw the Force of Will. And we're going to see what happens. My opponent is freaking out that I'm not playing Storm, asking if I'm playing PO, which did really well, but I think Brian Koval recently played it to a trophy finish. Interesting. Ancient Stirrings. We're playing against KCI. Excellent. Okay, so I believe that I've mentioned this before. CCD Smash and I had talked about some KCI builds that we kind of just dropped off. Never really got anything working with it, but it seems like they're still putting in the effort, which I'm super excited about. So I'm pretty curious about this. I love me some KCI. I wish it could be good, but artifacts are kind of getting hated out right now in Legacy. And the artifact-based deck kind of struggles for that one. That's okay. Okay. Alrighty now. I've got, well, I can cycle Lorien Revealed, or it's my pitch card to Force of Will. I don't know. It is my 4th mana though, so if I can get away with cycling, I would like to. Inventor's Fair. Excellent, excellent. This is too good not to daze. So I'm going to daze this, pick up an island, and then I'm going to cycle for an island. And island cycling. Here we go. We'll get another island. Excellent. We got a blue card now, which is something that I was moderately concerned with, but I think we're good. So 4 mana. Grim Monolith, that's fine. Probably the Manifold Key next. There's the Manifold Key. That's all good. It's a bunch of mana, but they'll need to play something like the One Ring for me to actually care about something. They have 2 cards in hand. What is it? KCI. Well, I will force the namesake deck. The deck's namesake. There we go. English is a hard language, apparently. Spellseeker can get another daze, which is not necessary. Let's see. Hold up. What can Spellseeker get? I've got... Brainstorm, Preordain, Daze, Impulse, Paradigm Shift. So... I can get a Paradigm Shift and win next turn? No, I can't win next turn. But I am going to get a Paradigm Shift. Okay, shuffle graveyard into the library. Okay, so I could actually get interaction in the way of Force of Will, which is not nothing. We'll see how that all works. They have 2 cards in hand. I think we have gotten rid of the reason that they kept the hand, which was KCI and Ichor Wellspring. Ancient Stirring is obviously another really good reason to keep the hand. Okay, another City of Traders. They're going to use Inventor's Fair to tutor up something. And that card is going to be the One Ring. Okay, I am okay with this. I can beat the One Ring. Alrighty. Probably better for me to play Thought Lash out here. A blue Dark Ritual, that would be disgusting. Okay, I think I'm just going to play the Thought Lash out here. deal 1 damage to them, put them back to 20, right? They gained 1 life off of Inventor's Fair. We can't have that. Luckily, I can beat the One Ring. Thassa's Oracle just wins me the game. My opponent has no interaction with that, right? Okay, there's a Mox Opal. What are we doing here? We are obviously playing the One Ring. And they can draw 3 cards. So the One Ring, and then draws 1 card, and then they Manifold Key, draw an additional 2 after untapping the One Ring and putting an additional counter on it. They have 3 mana. They have 2 mana, and they're going to have 4 cards. Voltaic Key, so they have no mana and 6 cards. It would allow for a lot of really strange combos. Okay, so presumably they don't have anything to deal with this. I would imagine not anyway. Just in case, I drew a counter spell, or a counter protection. So, hold priority, cast the Thassa's Oracle, trigger on the stack. We're going to activate this a whole bunch of times. We're going to make, I'm just clicking. I am just clicking. If I click 100 times, then it's going to make, oh, it actually gives me a, okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cool. Okay. Wow. Look at that. Now against KCI, Force of Negation, Magus of the Moon, Pithing Needles, all seem good. Spellseeker, not so much. Daze, not so much. Misdirection, not so much. Brazen Borrower is okay. I don't know if I need the One Ring. And then this might not be a Brainstorm thing. So like, what if we do that? What if we do that? Sure, I don't know. Do I look like I know what I'm doing in terms of sideboarding with this deck? No, nor should I. But here we are. Magus of the Moon is just for the Saga side of things. They are a Saga deck and can certainly shift gears into not playing a combo deck, and just Saga beatdown plan is a fantastic idea. So yeah, I just had 4 cards in my deck at that point. So I was clicking through a lot of it, but just sit there, click. Not every single click is actually registered, which is, you know, just fine. I don't think that I need anything else. I'm not gonna bring in Surgical Extraction for me to counter something. This is the same thing, Surgical for show and tell, right? I'm not going to counter the KCI and then Surgical it. I still need to deal with the first instance of that, and I would rather be better prepared for that. So here we are. Force of Will, Force of Negation, Preordain, and I'm going to keep this. This is just fine. I'm going to be selective on what I counter. And they could be playing Veil of Summer. I don't know. We're going to find out. I am going to Preordain. Ottawara Impulse. The additional land is actually kind of nice. I don't think that I need another impulse. And I will keep the additional land. I don't need any more. But, yeah. Well, you know what? Something that I didn't actually say before. Defense grid. Sure. Defense grid is fine. Because I actually can pay for it, interestingly enough, with this Ancient Tomb. I'm actually not going to play out the Ancient Tomb. I'm going to play Otawara and Lotus Petal. Because if I don't need to Force of Will something, then I will need 3 blue sources if I top deck a Thassa's Oracle. So not playing out the Ancient Tomb is a conscious decision to try to optimize my draw of Thassa's Oracle. The One Ring, okay, I will cast that, exile it. 1, 2, 3. I will exile a Force of Will. I need to draw into the combo at this point rather than anything else. And Impulse is going to help me do that. Not quite what I wanted, but that's fine. I wonder if I'm supposed to do anything now or later. I'm not sure. Like if I Impulse now, what could I find for 2 mana? Another Impulse? Maybe a Preordain? I've already used 1 Preordain. I'm gonna Impulse. I'm not doing anything, but I could be representing something. So, okay, I found a Preordain, and we're gonna put all those on the bottom in any order. And we can bottom all of those and draw a step through. Okay. So a Lotus Petal wins me the game on the spot. Alternatively, a Force of will prolong the game just a little bit. We're going to have to see what happens. I don't know. So, you know, I don't think that I mentioned we don't want to play fetch lands because they increase the graveyard count. As it stands, oh boy. Okay, we got a Saga, 3 cards in hand, and KCI. So we got, ooh, that's it. Okay. I wonder if I should step through now. Let's do that. So, oh, I could get the Magus. That's really not a good idea, though. It only stops the Inventor's Fair and the Saga. So let's just get the Thassa's Oracle. And then draw a card. Impulse. Okay. Wizard. Let's see. What should I do? It's going to be kind of tough. Oh, no, I have 2 paradigm shifts. So I actually can just win next turn. If they don't win, I have the win because I can double shift. And that will remove all of the cards in my library so that I can... Thassa's Oracle. Interesting. Cool. What a fun little quirk of the deck. I can just double paradigm shift regardless of the size that my graveyard is. Kind of wild. So they have to win now, otherwise they're deceased. I'm Now they have a bunch of mana, they have 3 cards in hand, and they have a tutor of a sort. They haven't had any of their cantrips, like Chromatic Sphere. Oh wow, they played a forest. Okay. Good, good, good. You know, like their cantrips are Chromatic Sphere, Ichor Wellspring, things like that. Scrap Trawler. Okay. 1 card. They don't have it. Oh my gosh. Okay, we draw a Force of Negation, and we can cast the Paradigm Shift. Okay. And now we can cast the Thassa's Oracle. Oh man. Wow. We are absolutely cruising through this league. We are 3-0, which obviously means that we're just going to lose the last 2 rounds, but we're doing pretty okay. So let's queue up for our 4th round, and let me tell you about Moxfield. In the deck description or the video description is a deck list link. You can actually click and we'll take you to this deck list exactly, and you can do all kinds of stuff. You can save it, you do a lot of stuff, and I'm about to tell you about it, so I don't need to keep doing that. Just here.
Moxfield.com is the easiest way to build a Magic deck online. They support over 30 formats, including Legacy and many other Eternal formats. There are so many options to view decks the way that you want, from text view to individual cards, mana value, and even card price. There's also light mode and dark mode. My personal favorite feature is card tags. This way you can sort cards by function. Moxfield supports collection tracking, Scryfall search, decklist feedback, and so much more. Follow me on Moxfield.com so you can stay updated on all of my decks.
Oh yeah, we're not jinxing it. We know that I'm about to lose the next 2 back-to-back, but you know, what can you do about that? This is, for what it's worth, a surprisingly clean deck list, right? I kind of even am okay with the one of Brainstorm, which is like bizarre, right? Being able to brainstorm something like a Thassa's Oracle and then Preordain or Impulse it to the bottom is not the worst thing in the world. I don't know. It is a 6 mana Brainstorm line. You have to Spellseeker or step through Spellseeker Brainstorm, right? That's how you find Brainstorm if you don't draw it naturally. So it is up to a 6 mana line for Brainstorm. If you need that effect, maybe this deck doesn't need it, but I don't know, it's a single slot. How bad could it be? I don't know. But I'm pretty excited about this. This is like a surprisingly good deck. I was not expecting it to be. Obviously, I think that it's good because I'm winning, but we are winning against a wide variety of things. Okay. Fausta Sousa is my 4th round opponent, and we won the die roll. So let's do this. We've got a lot of protection or disruption, depending on what we need, and a Thought Lash. Man, how good is Force of Will in the metagame right now? I think I'm gonna keep this. I can daze something and still hit my land drop, and yeah, okay. I am going to play out the Lotus Petal though. This is probably the most sus keep that I have so far, but we're just fine. I would love a Lorien Revealed. That would probably have made this perfect. Underground Sea. Okay. What are we doing? Ponder. Yep, that's fine. Chooses to shuffle their library. Okay. Now I will daze grief right now. Oh, speak of the devil. Okay. Am I going to impulse here? No. No, I'm not. I'm going to hold off on that, see what I draw, and then I can make decisions like that later. Right, okay, that's pretty good. Hey, Michael. Oh, hello. I haven't seen you. Have I ever seen you in chat? I don't think so. Welcome to chat. Maybe you have been here before. I don't know. Yeah, we're doing okay. Maybe I have seen you in chat. I just haven't figured out who you actually were before. But now that I know, I pay attention a little bit more. Okay, double Thought Lash. Not the most amazing thing in the world, but we can use it as force fodder. Brainstorm. Couldn't be me. I'm not playing a garbage card like Brainstorm. I just play one of those as a pity include because it's changed the format and is a staple card. We do need a Thassa's emoji, right? I mean, we've got a lot of... there's a Thassa's Oracle emoji in the Discord. I guess we don't have one here. Wait. Here it is. Yeah, we totally have one. Okay, sorry. I was messing with emojis. Not paying attention. Giving my opponent a hard time, I guess. Okay, cycle the troll. That's all good. I got an underground sea. I'm still messing with the emojis. I can just be clicking through and like letting my opponent do stuff on their main deck, main phase. But here I am, being a nuisance. Ponder chooses to shuffle, please. I don't know. They chose not to shuffle, and they played their underground sea. If they reanimate Troll, they reanimated a Grief. Okay, I will Impulse first. Okay. I can get a Cavern, and I'm kind of rolled up. What if I force their Grief here, pitching the force? Therefore, if they force back or daze me or something like that, it's not the worst thing because I have 2 Thought Lashes that they can't get rid of. So yeah, let's fight here actually. If they just got the Troll, I would have let this resolve. But since they didn't, I will be good, and I will protect myself. Oh yeah, mobile is kind of rough. Days? I will pay for days. Do you have double days? I don't know. And they do have double days. Okay. So look at my double Thought Lash. So they have one card in hand, unknown. They have two underground seas, obviously. I don't know what you're deciding over. There's just the one choice to make. Okay, Ancient Tomb? Brainstorm. My own Brainstorm. Man. Okay. I'll cast it. Spellseeker. I even get a shuffle. Look at that. Fantastic. So if I put back Lotus Petal and Cavern of Souls. No. That's probably not a good idea. I can put back Lotus Petal and Cavern of Souls, and I don't need to cast the Spellseeker right now. I can just play my land out and pass. The clock is not incredibly good right now. It certainly can be in a little bit, but so far so good. And if their last card in hand is, or they draw a Murktide Regent, then things get a little dicier. But clocking in for 3, I have a few turns. Yeah, it looks like it's happening. Now I can name Wizard here and uncounterably cast this Spellseeker. Can't do anything about it, so might as well let it resolve. And I'm gonna get probably an Impulse, actually. Yeah, let's do an Impulse here. And I can just pass the turn and we're all good. I could have sacked or tapped the Ancient Tomb and had 2 available mana to Impulse right then, but I don't know. Oh, we have a Thinker. We do need a Thinker emoji. Yeah, me. Bowmaster. Okay, that's fine. I've already cast my Brainstorm, my one Brainstorm, and the cantrip that I got doesn't trigger Brainstorm. So their clock is better now. Ancient Tomb is going to be a concern, tapping multiple times. Yeah, we've got all kinds of emojis. We actually have a lot that all of our members actually have access to. If you want, then you too can become a member and gain access to a ton of emojis that Newton is discovering apparently for the first time, even though they've been a member for a long time. But you learn something new every day, and that's exciting. Okay, Force of Will. Let's see. Let's just Thought Lash here. They have 2 cards in hand. I can play around Days, number 3. I can Force to protect, and then I have plenty of turns to exile the top card of my library, prevent some damage, just kind of slow down the clock a little bit, right? But hopefully I don't need to do that so that I can Impulse on my next turn and try to win the game. The interesting thing, actually, if Thought Lash resolves, I can prevent the next 2 damage that Ancient Tomb deals to me, which is kind of incredible. So it turns my Ancient Tomb into a, like, not a mill 2, because I'm not actually milling 2, but mill 2 cards, exile 2 cards, and make 2 mana. That's pretty alright by me. I would play that card. Sauron's Ransom. Is that good enough to force? I think it kinda is. Which sucks, because I really wanted that impulse, but Sauron's Ransom is a very good card. And they have 1 card in hand, and it's not a daze. Can't be a daze, because I can, well, it can be, but they won't. Daze won't do anything. So I can go to 3 or not. I'm just going to go to 3. I am going to just go to 3 and see what I draw, right? Rather than activating Thought Lash or anything like that. We just need a Thassa's Oracle. But I am going to be exiling some cards in the next turn or 2, so I would really like to see one very soon. So we're going to go to 3. I haven't scried a Thassa's Oracle to the bottom or anything like that, which would be very helpful if I was exiling cards to Thought Lash right away. I wouldn't have to worry about it, but oh well. Okay. Cycle the Troll. And you get an Underground Sea. Fantastic. Great card. You're not even going to play it? Okay. Interesting. Oh, they did play it. Never mind. Yes, I would like to play this cumulative upkeep. Okay. I exiled an island. Yeah. Okay. Jim from The Office, pan to the camera. Let's hold control and nut draw our opponent. How about that? Yeah, Thassa's Oracle emojis now, that's for sure. Wow. Yeah, cast into existence. Let's see what happens. My opponent has 1 card, and we're waiting, and they've conceded. Okay, cool. I mean, that was pretty nutty. Fantastic top deck. Okay, so I kind of like Magus of the Moon. I like Defense Grids. I like Flusterstorm, Malevolent Hermit, things that I don't need. The One Ring, Brainstorm, Days on the Draw, 2 more cards. Is it going to be Misdirections? Probably Misdirection, right? Yeah, I'm just like bringing in Defense Grids. Those are much better at protecting me. Yep. Okay, I'm not going to bring in Grafdigger's Cage against the Grief Reanimate Grief strategy. I don't think that that's necessary. Oh yeah, there's a lot of love in this list. Oh, for sure. I could only hope to... Well, I do love a deck this much. It's the Epic Storm. But, man, every single time something like this shows up, it is really exciting. This is not going to work. We can mulligan. This will work. We're going to keep this, and I'm going to put back, honestly, the Force of Will. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of the Force of Will. Ponder. Sounds good to me. And then my turn, I'll play out a Cavern, pass the turn, with the goal of cycling a Lorien Revealed, untapping, playing the island that I get, playing the Lotus Petal, and casting a defense grid, which seems pretty good to me, with Day's Protection. Okay, they chose to not shuffle. Oh, have the Force anyway. Wizard. These cards are so good. These are incredible inclusions to the Legacy metagame. Groundbreaking changes being made here. Okay. Cycle the Lorien Revealed. Get an island. Go to my turn. What do I draw? Thought Lash. Not bad, not bad. Okay. How about a defense grid? I can protect it with Force of Will. And then I can actually keep the Thought Lash, which is the better of the two, I think. Oh, I know. Yeah, if I draw just naturally the Magus, that would be so good. Crazier things have happened. Our opponent is given a think to this one. They could hard cast a Daze to like destroy a Lotus Petal if they want, or they could double Daze like they did in last game. But that worked out less than ideally for them, shall we say. Just in general, Steven, like, have I ever queued into Koval? Because yes, I have. Or unless you're talking about with this deck specifically, in which case, no, I have not. But just like as a player, yeah, he and I have been online at the same time a few times. We have 4 cards in hand, and it resolved. Excellent. Now, they could have something like a Brazen Borrower that they can cast on their turn. That is only a temporary solution, because I gotta tell you, I'm gonna cast it again, and you're gonna have to answer it again. They could have something like Energy Flux or something. 3 mana. Oh, they're just hard casting the Brazen Borrower. Okay. Preordain. Nice. I'll cast that instead of the... Oh, well, look at that. Okay. Put the Thassa's Oracle on top. Put the island on top. Draw that. And we're rolled up here pretty soon. Grief. Okay. well, they take the Thought Lash, obviously. But I have the Thassa's Oracle, so I am drawing to Thought Lash or a Paradigm Shift, and I'm feeling pretty okay. Obviously they can reanimate Grief and take me off of both of them, but we're just gonna make it work. How about that? No, tonight. I've watched Posh for a while. I have not played him tonight. It's been a while since I've actually played him. And there it is. Okay, cool. They do have me on quite the clock now. I need 2 pieces to win. This is the downside of a deck like this. A plus B combo. I can't draw just 1 card, but cantrips will work nicely. Spellseeker is a cantrip, so that's going to allow me to preordain. I could just get a Paradigm Shift. Oh, I can get a Paradigm Shift because I have the Thassa's Oracle here. Oh, that's kind of neat. Wow. Okay. So there's a Thassa's Oracle in my library now, and I have 2 caverns. I think I have enough time. I have, oh well, actually I don't have enough time necessarily. I need to draw super well. So this is a little bit of a die roll. But we're gonna try, right? I get this draw step and 1 more. Yeah, Garrett, you got it. You definitely have it right. We'll see what happens. He and Nizahan are the only 2 I watch at the moment. It's cool to see a live stream that's not arena. Well, I'm glad that you're enjoying yourself. I really enjoy streaming, but I only stream on Thursdays from the Epic Storms channel, obviously, right? Bryant has a team, and I am part of the team, and I'm live streaming. You can also catch Tuesday live streams with Tony Scaponi. Which is something that you can do if you enjoy that as well. So how about we just Dream Crush our opponent? How about that? Yeah, that was really good. If I didn't draw the Thassa's Oracle, then I would want to... Oh! Spellseeker doesn't have 2 blue pips. Okay, get bent Jordan. Yeah, that's fair. For some reason I'm thinking Spellseeker was blue 1. Spellseeker is blue and 2. Okay. Well, that's a little, yeah, oof is correct. Oh well, that's fine. We got 1 more to try. That's okay. If they didn't have some kind of discard, we would have sealed that game up. We would have just passed the turn and waited, right? Totally reasonable. And would have won that way regardless at 1 life, as a matter of fact. It's just, It was not meant to be. So, what can you do? Surveil, yeah. That would be pretty good. But it's okay. We don't want to typically put cards in graveyards. I would like to play first, though. Okay. This has everything that I need and protection, so I'm going to keep this. Play a Preordain on one, which I get is my blue card, but Step Through is a little ways away. Thought Lash is a little ways away, so I think that we can, if we need to Force of Will, we will, and not feel terrible about it. Okay, that is pretty good. So if I bottom that and then top the Paradigm Shift, I have Thought Lash as my blue pitch, and then can cycle Step Through in my opponent's next end step. Not this one, but obviously the following one. And we might win in 3-0, sort of. If you want to think about it in a cheeky sense. Ooh, Brainstorm on turn 1. Okay. Something tells me that they have a Grief or a black card and are looking for its complement. And they don't find it, which is good for me. Preordain. Excellent. Then we're gonna get a wizard. What is a wirefly? What? Scryfall search. Hold up. Wirefly. I don't know. Scryfall. Type wirefly. No cards found. Interesting. Okay. I don't know what that is. So the Preordain is really nice because that could be my blue pitch card. And then, I don't know, we'll have to see. We'll see. I'm not going to make any promises yet. We're just going to let our opponent play out their game plan, and we can make choices appropriately. Who did the art? Cliff Nielsen. Okay, cool. And then this is Mark Teaton. Yeah, I've seen signed copies of this one, which is neat. And then this Cavern of Souls is like a new one. Lost Caverns of Ixalan, like the neon one, which is pretty cool. It's the cheapest one on Moto right now, which is why I got it, because I have a lot of rental stuff right now. Oh, I'm talking and not cycling Step Through. Okay, Bowmasters, which is fine by me. Okay. Put Thassa's Oracle there, and then draw the defense grid. And then I will play out the defense grid. I will protect it with Force of Will, if need be. Yeah, Wire Fly. Interesting. But there's no card type Wire Fly. Oh, that just resolved. Interesting. Okay. I think, barring something egregious, like them playing removal, which they now can't do. I think that I win next turn. Wasteland is obviously gonna slow me down. They choose to not shuffle their library, and they're paying costs. Cycle a Troll of Khazad-dûm. Okay. And they get a snow-covered swamp. And they play it. And they reanimate the troll. Okay, they are deceased. They are deceased. As long as I don't really screw things up. Which, I don't know, now I'm getting nervous about it. So, draw the Thassa's Oracle, play the Cavern on Wizard, play Paradigm Shift, put 2 cards in my library, and then Thassa's Oracle with 2 pips. And I win the game. Oh. Oh my gosh. Okay. We got there. That was a little nerve-wracking. Just because man, I screwed up game 2 and it was like getting really nervous about missing it, and I missed the cycling, which I mean I would have had the win if I had actually cycled appropriately, but okay. So we are, is it this way? No, it's this way. 4-0. And we certainly have the opportunity to trophy. So let's, okay. Let's hear about how you can support the website version on theepicstorm.com by becoming a Patreon member. And I'm going to see you in just a second for our 5th round.
Want early access to articles at theepicstorm.com? Become a member of our Patreon to get articles 7 days early, on top of other sweet benefits, and help us pay our website team. You can sign up at patreon.com/theepicstorm.
Okay. And, boy, oh boy, this is pretty exciting. I already have 2 trophies. The Epic Storm is popping off right now. Well, I don't know. I'm doing well with the Epic Storm. Bryant is doing well with the Epic Storm. We are enjoying ourselves playing the Epic Storm. Yeah, that's what I'll say. But putting a 3rd trophy up there wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. I could think of better things, but very few, right? Just very few better things. So, let's see how it goes. Also, actually, one of the better things that I can tell you is just the internet that I have right now. Gigabit, like fiber, is fantastic. I need to put some soundproofing on my walls now. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's the lack of the stash. But okay, here we are. The 5th round, final round against Freak Nightmare. And yeah, I'm gonna keep this. First appearance of the One Ring, and we'll see how that fares. They mulled a 5? Uh-oh. Okay, are we against a combo deck or just a deck that has not kept good hands? I don't know. We'll find out. What is that? Oh, it's a mountain. Okay. Took like a second to load. I was very surprised. Turn 1, One Ring. Not yet. I think that I want to play that next turn. Oh, I can't turn 1 One Ring. I can turn 2 One Ring. Okay, so we're gonna bottom both of these. Drew and I. Oh wait, I should actually play the Lotus Petals out. This could be an Archon Nymeria matchup. Joe, I have not actually played that very much, so I should probably give it a shot before making a decision, but I have not made a decision for Eternal Weekend. Also, I have played you way more than I was ever expecting to online. We just like are logging in at the same time. It's pretty cool. Jonathan Summer, I like these islands too. Yeah. Okay. We're against Moon Stompy, perhaps? Impulse, okay. So I'm not gonna One Ring. I'm gonna wait still. I want these Lotus Petals, and yeah, I want them around. Plus, the longer that I wait for the One Ring, the better the protection ends up being. I'm gonna grab Force of Will here. Any order. I'm actually going to let this resolve, and then now they could have totally waited on the cavern here. Broadside Bombardiers. That's a lot of damage. If they had waited on the cavern and like had an uncounterable Broadside Bombardiers, or if they do this and have an uncounterable, okay, the Rabble Master. Wow. Okay. And I'm really curious, Joe, what your sideboard tech is. You know, not for me, but some kind of tech. Seems pretty interesting. I'm curious. And you may say, curiosity killed the cat, and then I will retort, but satisfaction brought it back. So, maybe that's what we need to do. Why do we have YouTube ads on lives? Because this is how we get support, like Patreon support and like YouTube membership. That's how we do this. And we have sponsorships. That part of the sponsorship deal is we run so many ads on live streams and YouTube videos. So that's how we're doing it. This is not a YouTube thing. This is an us thing. Like, this is me running that ad because of our sponsors and having the income that we want. Okay. So, Premium Squad, baby. Steven Rhodes. Cool. Let's see what happens. They're going to attack. Everybody's going to attack. Nothing's going to happen. Talk IRL Thursday or Friday. Wait, are you a local to me? Oh, wait, the YouTube generated ads played? Oh my gosh. Why are we doing that? That is bizarre. Yeah, I've never had one of those either. Okay. That's very strange. Thought Lash? What? Prevent all this damage? Whatever will I do? I don't think that they can do 44 damage, or 43 damage, but like, oh yeah, you know, it is Eternal Weekend. Eternal Weekend is next week. Oh my gosh. I cannot believe that. That is so wild. Name Sticker Goblin. Okay. Goblin Ringleader. I'm going to Brainstorm here. Yep, I'm going to force this. Alrighty. How much damage is this? boy. That resolves. That resolves. And that resolves. And then this is 13, 20, 22, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Wow, that's close. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh, I can just go to 3 cards in library, right? That would just be the better way to do this. Just don't add, just subtract from the whole. Jordan, you're a scientist. Math is not something that you can avoid in the real world. And I actually didn't need to exile all of them. I'm at 8 life. Oh, I'm gonna have all those triggers to deal with too. Ugh. Okay. That's fine. This new interface that I just am not used to. But wow, Thought Lash is so good. Okay. Prevent that damage. Prevent that damage. Prevent that damage. At least this is relatively easy to click through, but surprisingly, this is more clicks than even something like Cephalid Breakfast. This would be easier in paper, obviously. I'm assuming that Thought Lash was printed when damage went on the stack, so it was a little bit easier to do this. But, I mean, I'll click through if I'm going to win this game, that's for sure. But yes, yay clicks. This is so entertaining and fun. I'm sure that you're on the edge of your seat as I click through every single one of these. There are less Beseech the Mirror decks in leagues? Yeah, there are. There are a lot fewer Beseech decks in leagues. Everybody kind of like, oh, did I do a couple more than I needed to? Okay. So we're going to be exactly the right number. I would like to use Thought Lash's ability. I would like to lose 1 life. I would like to draw a card. I have 1 card in library. I'll play that. And then hold control, Thassa's Oracle. Cool. Look at that. Thought Lash coming in strong, preventing... What was that? That was, I actually did it 2 more times than I needed to, so 41 points of damage, just absolutely eaten up. Insanity. That was fantastic. Okay, so what did I want? I wanted Brazen Borrowers, I think, and I had the One Ring, and I think that was it. Was that it? I don't remember. Was it Dazes out and Misdirections out? What else did I have in here? What was my sideboarding? Did I have 1 Daze in? Was that it? That might have been it. Okay. That's a Daze is probably better than Misdirection. I just think that Misdirection doesn't have any text at all. Magus probably has no text, like, oh, they're ancient tombs and stuff. City of Traders. Ooh, they're gone. All right, we're 1 game away, 1 game win away. We have 2 opportunities to do it. So we're going to see how it goes. cat is doing all kinds of interesting things. I don't know if you've heard, but like there's a closet right here. And there are things that were in my apartment previously, my old apartment, that he used to sit on and nap on, that are now behind the closet door, and he pushes against the door all the time to try to get in, which is adorable. Okay, so this is, I've got everything, right? Step through gets Spellseeker, Spellseeker gets Paradigm Shift, Paradigm Shift Thassa's Oracle. But I'm really keeping this off of the strength of Impulse, and Impulse finding me the card that I need. So I'm going to keep this, and we're going to see how things fare. This is obviously a very quick deck that we're facing, and I think that we didn't win on the draw. So this is another option where we have on the play versus draw here. And I would like a Force of Will here, but that's not going to happen. They made 5. That's unfortunate. Goblin Warchief and Broadside Bombardiers. That is a very fast start. Okay. Are they going to sack anything? Deal me 5? Be the name sticker goblin, if anything. They don't need to. But wow, that was a quick start. 6 power and potentially 11 damage on turn 1. Yeah, 11 damage on turn 1. Wow, wow, wow. Thought Lash. Well, I can Impulse for a Force of Will. That's not really going to do very much, but I could do it. I might need to. Goblin Matron. That's going to kill me pretty quickly. Ugh. Ooh, the One Ring. I'm not anywhere close to casting it. And I really can't. I mean, I'm going to take the Ancient Tomb. If I draw a Lotus Petal, then I can Thought Lash and prevent a lot of damage. So Ancient Tomb it is, and I need a Lotus Petal. That is how I win this game. If they don't kill me right now, which for... Oh wait, no, this is lethal. This is just lethal. They have killed me. But I do want to see what they're going to get. Okay. Yeah. I am deceased. This is a turn 2 kill. Wow. Insanity. Okay. Days in, and I can get rid of Spellseeker. That was pretty bad. I'm not going to have time. Yeah. Okay, for all the marbles, for the 5-0, this is it. Days and an island. That seems great. I've got cantrips to find things. I'm going to keep this. This might not be great, but if I can kind of stop them from doing all their stuff on turn 1, they rolled a 5. This might be good enough. I've got plenty of cantrips to find the things that I need, and Brazen Borrower, which is, again, I think that we talked about this earlier. I don't want to bounce like a name sticker goblin, but it did buy me enough time in the previous match to eke out a win. Paradigm Shift. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, so let's put the shift on top. Draw the island. Play a Lotus Petal for reasons. I don't know. Yeah, I could Brazen Borrower Chrome Mox. That's always something I could do. Chalice on 0. Yep. That's okay. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I don't know. There are only 3 more zeros here. I did, thankfully, play out one of them. Otherwise, I don't know what would have happened. But I did have the forethought to play it out. Obviously, I saw this all coming. Yeah. Okay, draw the paradigm shift. And I'm going to Preordain. Thought Lash. I already have the shift, and I don't think that I need it. I don't think I need any of this. Impulse is good. Alright, I've already played a land. The Otawara is hovering because I can channel it, not because I can play it. City of Traders. And then they're going to make a goblin, and I can't daze it. I mean, I can. Nothing would happen. And now they can shoot me for 2. So they attack for 4, essentially. That's probably the best thing that the Chalice is going to do. Actually. They probably should actually. Is it boast? Yeah, boast this thing. And they did. Alright, now I'm going to draw Lotus Petal. Watch. One ring. That's pretty good. Okay, I'm not going to play it out right now. They're not representing a lot of problematic things. I am going to hold open Brazen Borrower and then end of turn Impulse. I think that that's just going to be a little bit of a safer bet than trying to Impulse now. Yeah. Yep, that's all good. Goblin War Chief. Sure. Okay, and they're probably not going to boast now, I would imagine. And then I am going to Impulse, because I remember to do things. And look at that. I'll take the Thassa's Oracle. Any order. Now, I do not have the requisite devotion yet. So I'm going to shift now. Oh, I could also One Ring right now. That might be a little bit better. What is going to be better? Shifting now, they are not holding up Pyroblast. That actually might be a better idea than casting the One Ring. Yeah, I can Thassa's next turn, but I can... Oh, wait, no, because I can draw the rest of the cards. Okay. Yeah, Newton, that's better. I was going to get there eventually. One Ring can just draw the cards that I need while offering me protection now. So let's draw this card. And then we're good. Like there's something that I was missing. Like the One Ring was just, it had something going on for it. Like I needed to play this, but I was too lost in the sauce. Okay, they have one card in hand. We're gonna draw. We're gonna play Ancient Tomb. I'm gonna Paradigm Shift. I don't know. I need to Brazen Borrow or something. I want to be able to. And then draw to one card. I can Preordain the last card away. Is that good? Probably. Did we do it? Survey says... Oh my gosh. Okay, we trophied. Look at that. It is 5-0. We got a nice little trophy. This is actually the first trophy that I got on stream, which is also really, really exciting. Third trophy of the season. Season just started, and we're cruising. We are cruising. So that's pretty exciting. Okay, initial GSP. Thank you very much. I really liked this league. This was... Oh, before we actually talk about this, we got to open the chests, right? Let's open all of these. What do we got here? We got a laggy Moto. It's fair. Just did 5 rounds of a league. I'm going to take a screenshot of this really quick so that I can look through this later. I don't know how good like the new cards are or anything like that, but Den of the Bugbear maybe? Adnos, 11 Adnos. 95 play points wasn't super amazing, but that's all right. Excellent. Steven, I'm really glad that you caught this. This was definitely better than my last league where, that was a rough one. So this deck, obviously I just 5-0'd. It felt really good. Of course it felt really good when after a 5-0. But we did actually discuss some of the weak points, right? Against the blue-black scam deck, they had us Hellbent. Of course, I just top decked like a god. But they had us Hellbent, and we need 2 cards to win. We needed a Thassa's Oracle and a Thought Lash or a Paradigm Shift. It's kind of that same weakness that Show and Tell decks have, right? They need an A plus a B. This is something to consider when you're looking at this as an option for an event. We also, that was the only blue deck that we faced, is that right? We didn't play against a control deck. Obviously, this is a deck based on the sideboard. We can see with the defense grids that control is something that we are concerned about because we have defense grids in the Malevolent Hermit, the One Ring. These are things that signal to me that the creator of the deck cares about the control matchup, or at least wants to respect it. So I don't know if that means that it's a difficult matchup or if it's just something that is super prevalent in a Legacy Showcase challenge. And I don't know, but this felt really good. The lack of Ponder and Brainstorm is a hilarious gimmick at first until you realize why they aren't in there. It's because we want to be able to put Thassa's Oracle on the bottom of the library and leave it there. Just leave it. Don't have to worry about it. So, yeah, the FX Storm would be a fairly bad matchup. Combo here, I mean, we have the Force of Wills, we have a couple of Force of Negations, we have like Flusterstorm, Surgical, Graph Diggers. We have tools to beat Combo. I feel like Cephalid Breakfast might be a difficult matchup. We did beat it, but I think that it would be a difficult matchup. Doomsday might be a difficult matchup because while we can win in one turn, not necessarily on the first turn, but all in one turn, we don't have to like use the combat step, right? Our one turn wins are 4 mana, and Doomsday can do that at 1 less mana. They can do it at 3 mana and then cycle into a win, which is a lot better. It also has Dark Ritual, so it can do so off of 2 lands, where we have Ancient Tomb and Lotus Petal, right? But nothing comes close to the mana explosion of Dark Ritual. So some efficient combo decks with Force of Will, I think, are going to be difficult, but man, this was great. I loved this. I can definitely see, if you're not prepared for something like this, how it would take down a showcase. I don't know, but maybe I should be considering this for Eternal Weekend. That's a really drastic shift a week before my flight, but you know what? I don't know. We're going to have to find out. Thank you all very much for showing up for this stream. I'm glad that you enjoyed it. Thank you for hanging out and chatting and telling me about my stash and all kinds of fun things like that. So I will catch you next Thursday. I am actually going to be streaming immediately before leaving for Eternal Weekend. So maybe we can do something that is a spicy Eternal Weekend prep. I don't know. We'll have to see. But until then, I wish you all a good night or a good day, wherever you are in the world. And make sure to do all the support things that everybody knows and loves. I'll see you around. Bye-bye.